Hey guys, this is Godzillacus here, and welcome to the channel where masterclass play is optional. We're just trying to pass along a little information to our Smile and Die Empire clan mates and anybody else who might find it useful. Hey, I want to cover something today. We've got a game going on. It does illustrate my point. Not that it's the greatest game ever, as usual. It's just that, oftentimes I get caught up, at least myself, in, what's the fastest tank? What's the best gun? What's the most dirt? What's the most OP? And you go flying around the map and you kind of do some things. And I develop bad habits. So when I'm not in, the most OP of tanks, I still kind of do those OP things. Or I think I've got the, most laser type gun, and I don't in the tank I happen to be playing at that time. What I have started doing to kind of help myself with that is to get in with just one of the slowest tanks that I have and play some some games, and it kind of brings me back to reality. And not so much the tank is bad, because the VK100 here, which is the tank that I'm using at the moment for this purpose, it's a good tank. But what it does is it makes you think about the game. Okay, as you'll notice in this game, I'm going to spend my time in game here in a very small geographical area. But it makes you think, where am I going to go? Because you don't have the speed to go running around all of the map like I might in some of the mediums and lights that I kind of tend to favor. Where can I go? What is my position? What can I do to help the team? What is the thing that needs to happen the most, rather than just flying around without thinking about it? And that's what it does. For me, it brings it back into focus of what can I do and what should I do, and not just relying on all the things that sort of makes it easy in the game. So anyway, as you can see here, as I've pushed in here in Alpenstadt, I've kind of pushed into town. I'm in the city where there's some cover, some places to kind of side scrape and use those things to my advantage are there. And I've done rather well so far. 2,600 damage, blocked almost 500. They just kind of keep rolling up and getting in my gun sights. I'm kind of doing the VK wiggle, as I call it. Blocked another shot, get a shot in here. Regretfully not much going on with that one. But as you can see my point, I have stayed within a small area. It's not good or bad, it's just how this tank operates. But it brings it all back into focus for me. And then when I play a series of games in the VK, and then I go back to something else, I'm a little less wild. I'm not just spastic and all over the place, and that's the point. As you can see here, doing the VK wiggle again, kind of going to hit the hatch there, take care of this guy, and roll back around, and they'll go right back to where I started, which is the other end of the street, down by the B cap. Myself and the T28 there. And as you'll see, we got the SU is popping up. Now I'm at about half hit points. Okay, now there's the M1. I was looking for him. He's in a kind of a bad spot. Can clear him real easy. So now myself in the T28, and I think I'm not sure if he's at what kind of hit points he's at. But I've got enough to survive a good hit if he doesn't roll really high. So I decided to roll down and kind of see what I can do about getting a bounce. Okay, there we go. Get a shot into him. And my teammates rolling in. Both of us are ever so slowly. So this is not a fast-paced action game. If you tuned in for that, man, you are disappointed. And then, so you got to think about, what can I do? My options speed-wise are limited. So as you can see here, I have to kind of play, there's 87 is what is left on my team. Excuse me. Play Ring Around the Rosie here on this rock. A little hide and seek. I do take a hit, real low roll, and I bounce one, of course. And now here's you don't see this much is AT7 doing a death from above attack, and predictably misses, but hey, he tried. Takes a hit, and then we finally clear the enemy there. So anyway, guys, I just want to pass that along. If you're kind of having some trouble, things going wrong for you, just slow it down. Get into a slow tank. Think about what you're doing, and kind of bring that game back down to basics and what's important.
So take me down slow and easy.